Good morning. Welcome to everyone who logged in to our Czech Republic webinar that will be featuring Prague and Central Bohemia this time. We're very excited to have you here and welcome you back to our series of webinars that we will be continuing throughout the year. We will wait a few more minutes just to see if more people come in, but I will take this opportunity to present our guest speakers today, which will be actually conducting the webinar. I will start with the lady, Veronika Štičková, who is the representative of Central Bohemian Tourism Authority. So welcome. And then I will go to Prague, and we have two gentlemen whom you might know already because they have been presenting with us a few times. We have Jan Kozar and Michal Drobík. So welcome. And I also have my colleagues from the Czech Tourism Office in New York, Radka Křížek and Kateřina Vajsová, who's our intern. Radka Křížek is our PR manager. And myself, Michala Klaudina, Director of Czech Tourism. Just a few housekeeping things. I will start with the general presentation about the country, just a few slides, then we'll pass it on to Prague and then to Central Bohemia. The idea is to give you an update of Prague and then show you some of the day trips and possibly also overnight stays close to Prague. There are also some uploads that include handouts. So in the section which says downloads, you can actually download these and feel free to do so. We also have chat and Q&A enabled, so we will be monitoring this throughout the webinar, and we will be answering the questions as the webinar goes or after. So once again, welcome and thank you for joining us. I will start with some basic information and some great news about direct flights that are being reintroduced this year. So we are very happy to have Delta Airlines back for this summer. Delta Airlines will start their direct nonstop flights as of May 8th, and it will go through September 30th. Those are daily flights out of JFK. There's also a new carrier serving Prague, which is the Iceland Air. It's a layover, it's not a nonstop flight, but the connections between the US and Keflavik are pretty good. So this is another option you have in addition to the, of course, already existing flights on Lufthansa, KLM, you name it. Pretty much all the airlines fly to Prague with a short layover in Europe. So the connectivity is getting better. I also want to share some positive news. We are not where we were in 2019, but the numbers from the US are really good. In 2022, we have almost 400,000 American visitors, which is great. I was actually surprised myself to see that the US is the fourth strongest market when it comes to the Czech Republic. So after the traditional markets such as Germany, Poland, and Slovakia, the American visitors were number 4. So most of it is also thanks to you, the travel advisors. We would like to thank you very much for promoting the Czech Republic. When it comes just to basic orientation, Czech Republic or Czechia per se, you can see on the headline, you can see that we say Czech Republic and Czechia, so both names are correct, but I will probably stick to Czech Republic. Is member of the European Union. We're part of the Schengen zone. Population 10.7, so it's roughly the size of South Carolina. We are members of the European Union, but we're not using the euro yet. We're still using the Czech crown, which is right now approximately 24 crowns. Pretty safe country. I have to mention the elephant in the room, which is the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia, but it hasn't really impacted the Czech Republic at all. Czech Republic strongly supports Ukraine, but you don't really see any impacts on the ground. And as you can see in the numbers, the tourism is back. English is widely spoken, so no worries about not getting the Czech words right. Czech Republic is a small country, but very diverse. We have 16 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. We have almost 40 spa towns. a lot of biological reserves and protected areas. We have great biking and hiking routes, but we can talk about it in some other webinars. But just want to mention that Czech Republic is really incredibly diverse. The only thing that we don't have is the sea or the ocean. Everything else you can find in our small country. For you as travel advisors, very often you ask us about itineraries. So today we will be talking about Prague and Central Bohemia, which is the area really next to Prague. But we have on our website, Visit Czech Republic or Visit Czechia as well now, we have in the B2B section quite a few itineraries that you can explore. This is just an image of an itinerary that covers, eastern and western part of the country. So, feel free to get in touch with us, and we will be happy to provide you more information about where to go, how many days to spend in each region, etc. And because we are actually in the Easter time now, I also want to talk a little bit about Czech Easter traditions. As I mentioned before, or maybe not during this webinar, but in a couple of emails, this is not to really promote travel to the Czech Republic during Easter, but since we're hitting the webinar during the Easter holidays, we have to talk about it a little bit because some of the Czech Easter traditions are very unique and peculiar. So my colleagues from Prague Tourism Board will talk about the markets, but I will talk about some of the traditions. So actually today, which is a Thursday, most people already have off, and starting tomorrow, it's a national holiday going through Monday. So we celebrate for almost a week. The very interesting and sort of very, very often talked about tradition is the so-called Easter Pomláska, which is the little picture that you see in the first column in the middle. So those are the pussy willow twigs that are braided by hand. And these are actually used by boys that come to their friend's house, lady's house, and whip the ladies. The whole tradition actually is supposed to celebrate, Easter, celebrate the spring, celebrate the new life. So the ladies who get whipped, with this pomláska, give the boys traditionally colored eggs. So you can see the connection between the spring and Easter very clearly there. Sometimes it's a little bit, I would say, some of the feminist movements are not so happy about this, but this is a tradition that's been, prevalent and ongoing for centuries. So it's something that you will see pretty much everywhere. When it comes to food, it's definitely a feast, but we have two sweet things that are very popular. We bake the Easter lamb, which is called baranek, which is like a sweet sponge cake. And you see the image on the top right corner. And we also make mazanec, which is the sort of like a bread-looking pastry at the bottom right corner. It's sweet yeast pastry bread topped with almonds. So those would be very typical for Easter. And of course, beer. Unlike St. Patrick's Day, we don't celebrate the St. Patrick's Day with green beer, but we celebrate Easter with green beer. So this is a beer that's specially made during the Green Thursday, and you can find it only during Easter in the Czech Republic. So this was just a very short glimpse about some of the traditions, and you will hear more about it in the presentation to come. I just want to say that our tourism board is based in New York, and we have a great destination specialist program that covers 4 countries: Czech Republic, Poland, Slovakia, and Hungary. It's called centraleuropespecialist.com, so don't hesitate, log in and become a specialist in Central Europe. And if you have any questions, myself or my colleague Radka Křížek will be happy to help you setting up itineraries, get out some collateral to you, and answer any questions you might have. So with this, I will pass it on to my colleagues from the Prague City Tourism, who will give you an update about Prague. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Michaela, and good morning to everyone. Greetings from Prague. My name is Jan, and together with my colleague Michal, it's our pleasure to be able to present you Prague, talk about what's new in Prague, what new businesses have opened recently, and to give you an update of what new tourism products we offer to the travel trade. Let's start with a quick overview of the location and access to Prague. Although I know many of you will be familiar with this, the city of Prague is located in the heart of Europe with very convenient access, not just by air transportation but also by rail and roads. Plus, the city itself has a great transportation system with metro lines, trams, buses, and the funicular. Uh, these public transports are very easy to use, very convenient, and also reasonably priced. Prague is also quite a small city with intimate atmosphere. It has about 1.3 to 1.5 million inhabitants. It is, of course, worldwide known for its UNESCO World Heritage Area, which covers more than 800 acres. And Prague is also one of the greenest cities in the world. According to various studies and researches, it now figures among the top 20 cities in the world when it comes to green spaces, parks, places to hang out and relax. Uh, this is just an example of what Prague looks like in the springtime. This is one of the gardens located near the Prague Castle. This is the time, like April is the time when flowers are starting to bloom in Prague, and this is also closely associated with the Easter time. And also, many of the outdoor events start to happen in this period. What you can see in the picture is just an example of that, and it's one of the farmers' markets located on the riverbanks. Uh, and yeah, as Michaela said, this is the time of Easter, of course, worldwide. And we would like to just give you a quick look at what is happening in Prague right now and what traditions can be seen in Prague during this time. Well, it's mostly about the Easter markets. That's what Easter in Prague is associated with. The Easter markets are held annually in Prague. They usually start roughly a week before or 10 days before Easter and last until 1 week after that. Generally, in the streets and squares of Prague, you will be able to find decorations. It can be in the form of stands, as you can see in the picture, stands decorated with flowers. You'll be able to see the pomlaska sticks, pretty much decorated Easter eggs everywhere. And these are, of course, available for purchase as well. The stands at Easter markets offer refreshments as well, various Easter articles, handmade souvenirs that are related to the Easter traditions. This is just another example of the decorations. This picture was taken at Old Town Square. And now you can see the overview of the main Easter markets that are happening in Prague this year. Of course, the places, the locations are very similar every year. So even if you decide to come to Prague or recommend Prague to your clients next year, you will be able to visit the same places again. Of course, the Old Town Square, that's the largest Easter market in Prague, in a beautiful setting. We've got also the Prague Castle Easter markets, Náměstí Míru, in English Peace Square markets. And as I said, it's usually located at the main squares, which is also the Náměstí Republiky, Republic Square, of course, the Wenceslas Square, and there's also an Easter market happening at Anděl in a close neighborhood to the city center. This is just another example of the decorated Easter eggs. You can find usually, it can be just colored eggs or lace Easter eggs decorated with wax, and countless other ways to decorate them. So it's very nice to just walk around the Easter markets, look at how people make or decorate the eggs, and it's also of course possible to buy a nice souvenir as a memory. Now let's move on to new openings in Prague. Recently, several new tourism-related businesses have opened in Prague. We've got an update on several hotels opening either at the beginning of this year or at the end of last. You're probably familiar with the Andaz Prague, the five-star Hyatt property, which opened last year. It's located in the very, very center of Prague, just a few minutes from both the main train station, Wenceslas Square, and Republic Square. Just opposite the Andaz is the Julius Prague, a property with apartments and residences. The most recent openings in the hotel sphere are the Almanac X Prague Hotel, the former Alcron, which I'll talk about a bit more in detail shortly, and the Manes Boutique Hotel also. And there are also more plans for hotel openings in the future. In late 2023, the W Hotel Prague should open at Wenceslas Square in the beautiful Art Nouveau building of the former Grand Hotel Europe. And there are also plans for a Fairmont Hotel opening next year in Prague in the Old Town. Now, to let you know, to give you an update of a few of the hotels, the Almanac X Prague Hotel, formerly known as the Alcron Hotel, has just reopened after renovation. It's a five-star property with more than 200 rooms and suites, and it's also suitable for various meetings and conferences, as it has a 544 square meter meeting rooms available. These are just a few pictures. The rooms have been fully refurbished during the renovation, and the outside of the building is still in the original decor. The other hotel, which opened just weeks or let's say even days ago, it's the Manes Boutique Hotel Prague, a smaller, intimate four-star hotel in the city center with 50 rooms and suites and a wellness area as well. These are just a few examples of what it looks inside. So that was about hotels in Prague, and now let's give you an update of on what attractions have opened recently. Here I would like to talk about two examples. One of them is the Kunsthalle Prague. It's a new cultural space in the city center. It's multifunctional, so it serves primarily as a gallery, but it's also available for hire. You can hold a meeting there or any kind of workshop. It's very innovative. It's open to various educational activities. It comprises a design shop, a small restaurant, etc. So very nice and unconventional space in Prague. This is just an example of one of the exhibitions uh, held in the Kunsthalle last year. And the second attraction I would like to talk about is the Clementinum. This is one of the most famous attractions in Prague because of its historic Baroque library. Uh, the new thing about Clementinum is now that it was reopened on the 1st of April, and it's now managed by Prague City Tourism, the tourism authority in Prague. And in this building, in the Clementinum, we offer guided tours for visitors in various languages, including English, of course. The duration of the tour is about 50 minutes, and during that time, you'll be able to visit uh, the Baroque library itself, as was shown on the previous slide, and then also other parts of the Clementinum of the former Jesuit college, including the Meridian Hall, which is where an exhibition of astronomical instruments is located, and also the astronomical tower with an amazing 360-degree view of the old town. And the tower is also famous for being the oldest still working meteorological station in the Czech Republic. So that's also quite a unique fact. So these are the new openings in Prague. And now, briefly, I'll go through the upcoming events this year in Prague. There is always something happening in Prague, regardless of which season you come. It can be the Classical Music Prague Spring Festival held in May and June. Then one of the biggest events in Prague, the Metronome Prague Music Festival. And in fall, we've got the Dvořák's Prague, Dvořákova Praha Music Festival, and the Signal Festival of Lights, which is where the previous picture, this one, comes from. It's a very unique festival, very popular among both locals and visitors. It's a festival of various light installations all around Prague. At attractions, you'll be able to see video mappings. Some of the installations are interactive, so that the visitors can also participate in that, like in this picture. And it's really something worth seeing in Prague in October. So that was just a quick overview of what's new in Prague, of what's going on, and what new businesses are now open. And I would like to give the floor to Michal, who will now talk about what our company does and how we can cooperate and what we can offer to your clients.
All right. Thank you very much, Jan. Thank you for giving me the floor. I will enter the floor. And yeah, well, we have seen some beautiful pictures from Prague, from the Easter market, and I have to say that really this time of year, together with the Christmas times, with the Christmas markets, are really special times to be in Prague. Because of all the decorations, all the stands, all the markets, and it's definitely recommended to see Prague during Easter and the Christmas. Well, in my part, I would talk a little bit about us, about Prague Tourism, just to introduce what we do, what products and services we have, and also how we can help you as the travel agents and tour operators. And of course, we are here to support your travels and your clients here in Prague. So we are the official DMO of Prague. Of course, we are responsible for the marketing campaigns to promote Prague, but we also provide official tourist information. We actually run 5 information centers, tourist information centers in Prague. 2 are at the Prague airport, in each Terminal 1. And then we have 3 tourist information centers in the center of the city. We also operate some of the objects here in Prague. I will talk about it a little bit more in a minute. And we also manage several products and services, such as the official tourist city card, which is called Prague Visitor Pass, or, for example, the scenic historical tram number 42, which I will also mention. More to this, we also organize guided tours and premium tours. So sorry. So we can, provide the groups of tourists with official licensed guides, but also offer joining some of our regular tours here in the city. When it comes to the Prague towers, Prague is known for its towers. It's one of the most beautiful things here. And we are the operator of the Old Town Hall Tower, which is at the Old Town Square in the center of Prague, with all the beautiful views of the city center. But also we operate the 2 towers at the Charles Bridge. We operate so-called Petrin Tower, which is like the small Eiffel Tower there on the Petrin Hill, or, for example, the Powder Tower. And as Jan mentioned, newly, since 6 days ago, we run the Clementinum visitor route, which will show you all what Jan mentioned. And also you can climb up the tower and have some unique views from the tower there. So let's continue with our, I would say, major product for the season. It's called Prague Visitor Pass, and is the official tourist city card of the city of Prague. We started the project in order to innovate the products in the tourism, in the tourism industry, bring some complex, product for the visitors, which they would buy, and they would have a package of services. And also we wanted to communicate, all the attractions and sites that you can actually see and visit here in Prague with one product. So we can actually motivate the tourists to stay longer in Prague when they decide to visit the beautiful city. The more we also collect the data and run analysis, because you cannot manage what you don't measure. So that's another important aspect of the project. Now the Prague Visitor Pass is in all-inclusive format, which means that once the tourist buys the card, he gets free entry to around 65 attractions in Prague. These are the top attractions that usually the tourists want to see, and you also get unlimited travel on the public transport, which is very important, and it's the only visitor card that includes the travel on the public transport here in Prague. Now, when we look a little bit closer at what's included, there are really, as I said, the major attractions: Prague Castle, Jewish Town, of course, Prague Zoo, Botanical Gardens. There are the Prague Towers, of course, but what's also special about the card is that it includes some of experiences as well, such as, for example, the sightseeing cruise on the Vltava River. So you can take a cruise with Prague Venice company, that run actually. They run like a smaller boat. It's more, I would say, more intimate, and you get better experience. You can see the city from the river, from the Vltava River, when taking the cruise. You can choose also walking tour with our official license guides. We have several different tours that we operate every day. that show the old town and the Jewish town, and also the Prague Underground, for example. What's a new thing? You can, if you're lucky enough to be here when there is an ice hockey match, you can actually go and see Sparta Prague ice hockey match. We're happy about having that experience as well in the card, because ice hockey is a national sport here in Czech Republic. And last but not least, you can also hop on the historical tram number 42 and cruise around the city on a historical tram. Now, just to tell you a little bit more about the scenic tram number 42, it's a project that we started about 2 years ago. We cooperate with the Prague Transportation Company, and it's a tram that's actually running, around the city center of Prague, and goes also to the Prague Castle on like a one-way circle line that actually really covers the top sides that you can see in Prague. But what's important, it's not a bus. Prague has like many, I would say, like a bus companies that actually run these circuit lines. But this is more authentic, more sustainable way to actually take a cruise around the city center. Of course, we want to be sustainable. We want to also, somehow manage the traffic situation in the city center. So the tram is ideal for that. Plus, it has a historic value as well. So as a tourist, you buy a ticket and you can hop on, hop off the tram for 24 hours. So it's quite convenient. The price of the ticket is around $15 would it be, maybe $14. And also, of course, the tram is included on the Prague Visitor Pass, as I said. Here we have the map of the line, so you can really see, for you who are familiar with the Prague center, so you can really see that it goes in the old town, it goes to the lesser town as well, and then continues to the castle. And what's great about the tram, you can easily visit all Prague towers in the center while hopping on and hopping off and just getting to the next tower there. So it operates weekends, so Saturday, Sundays, and also national holidays. But for the summer season, since like the tourist season started with the beginning of April, for the summer we will have a daily operation. So tram will actually go on every day, and again, it will be even more I would say convenient for the tourists since they can use it or visit it for 24 hours. Yes, and as I mentioned, it's involved in the Prague City Pass. Well, now we will continue with the Visitor Pass. So we have 3 variations when it comes to time: 48, 72, and 120 hours. And also 3 variations when it comes to the age. So there is a version for children, for students, and for adults. Pricing, we start at $95 for the 48-hour adult version. Then the student is 75% of the price, and for the kids, for children, it's 50% of the price. Well, important to say, the card has 2 formats, so the visitors can choose if they want to use a plastic card, chip card, or they can just use application and activate the QR code and mobile app, and then just walk with the phone, and they don't need anything else. They don't need the map. They will have the map in the application. They can navigate themselves easily around Prague, around the city, and visit all the attractions there. I already mentioned that is the only city card with the public transportation included. But for example, the Prague Towers that I mentioned, it's also the only card that actually includes these towers. What is great about the card? It's actually in hours format instead of the calendar days format, which means that again, the tourists, they can activate the card whenever they decide. So usually it's when they get for the first time to the city, whether it's the airport or whether it's a hotel, for example, and they can activate it and then use it for the specific number of or amount of hours based on which card they purchased. And of course, it's more convenient. For example, coming Friday afternoon, they activated the 2 days pass, the 48 hours pass. It will valid until Sunday afternoon, not only till the Saturday, which would be in a calendar days format. We also have a team of people that give support towards the customers, but also towards the partners, such as the hotels or, for example, the travel agents as well. Well, and last but not least, I would like to say that we believe that the card, the Prague Store Pass, offers a great opportunity to cooperate, with the travel trade, since it's a complex package really for clients. When you involve it or include it in your plans, in your packages. And we have 3 ways of cooperation. So we can, of course, prepare a certain amount of the cards for you as a partner for the pickup once you get to Prague, for example, when you arrive in Prague at the Prague airport. I already mentioned that we have the tourist information centers there. So that would be really like based on our cooperation, our conversation, and the orders for the groups. But we can also contract and give you a login into the system of the tourist card, and there yourself you could activate the cards and like purchase the cards for your clients, and then give them the vouchers, and then let them to actually start the voucher, activate the voucher whenever they want. And of course, you will get a commission from each transaction. And the third way would be through our promo codes. So we can actually create like a QR code for you with a specific discount for your clients. And once the discount is activated, which means that your client buys the Prague Store Pass and activates the code, we can measure it, we can see that, and again give you the commission from each Prague Store Pass purchase. All right, so these would be the ways of the travel trade cooperation that we can have, few. And of course, feel free to contact us. There are contacts on me and also on Jan. And before I would pass the word to Veronica, I would play. We have like a 1-minute video of the historic tram number 42. So I would finish with that. And yeah, thank you very much, and looking forward for the cooperation. And here is the video. All right, so this would be our part. This would be Prague, and we will continue with the Central Bohemia. So I'm passing the word to Veronica.
So hello, thank you, Michal, thank you, Jan, and hello everybody, and thank you for having us, and thank you for the opportunity to present Central Bohemia to the U.S. and Canadian markets. I don't want to stall, so I'm just gonna get on with the presentation. As Michaela mentioned, the Czech Republic is located in Central Europe, and it is a landlocked country neighboring with Germany, Austria, Slovakia, and Poland. Central Bohemia is actually the largest region in the Czech Republic, enveloping the Czech capital. I usually say it's like a donut surrounding Prague. And thanks to our perfect integrated public transport system and well-developed infrastructure, we've got a super easy access by public transport, not just from Prague, but also from all our neighboring countries and even Europe. So what do we do? I represent Central Bohemia Tourist Board, and our main goal is to develop and promote Central Bohemia region. We are a non-profit organization, DMO, that runs the Tourist Information Center in the heart of Prague on the former royal route. And we also participate on organizing press trips, fan trips, even influencer trips. And besides that, we've got two different branches, the Central Bohemia Film Office and Central Bohemia Convention Bureau, but I'm gonna talk about these two a little bit later. But first, what can we offer to the tour operators, travel agents? We can offer counseling and our expertise. We can help you out with the site inspections and custom-made travel itineraries. And of course, we can keep you up to date with information from the region via our social media, the travel blog, or even the newsletter. We promote Central Bohemia as a royal region, and you may be asking why. There are more than 50 castles, chateaus, and castle ruins only in the Central Bohemia region, and more than 20 former royal towns and medieval fort hills. We've got a long tradition of spas, breweries, viticulture, mining, and penning as well. And a lot of things has happened in 2022 and also are happening in 2023. So just let me bring you up to speed real quick what is going on this year. First of all, Chateau Lani, which is the official summer residence of the Czech president, is open for public for the very first time in its history, and that's basically thanks to the presidential election we held at the beginning of this year. The public guided tours are held every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and you can buy the tickets online on the official webpage of the Prague Castle, as it's the residential or it's official residence of the Czech president. Also, there will be a grand opening of the brand new tourist information office in Karlštejn Castle. Actually, I think it's going to be later this month, later in April. And there will be one new exhibition, new public bathrooms, new visitor center, ticket office, and also a gift shop and a refreshment area. Then we've got this amazing project called Santine Immortalis, which is basically a celebration of an anniversary of the Czech Baroque architect Giovanni Santini. Most of those events regarding the Santine Immortalis project are held in Kutná Hora, which is a UNESCO town. And in Kutná Hora will be also the first royal silvering after the pandemic. So we are very happy to bring this silvering back again to Kutná Hora. Then, of course, late in the fall, we are looking forward for wine festivals, not only in Mělník, but also in Kačina, in Kutná Hora, and several different wine festivities in smaller towns around these regions. Then, of course, there are several different international events, such as concerts, mostly concerts. Let me just mention Soundtrack Poděbrady, Metal Symposium, Antonín Dvořák Music Festival, or there's going to be also a biking, like Tour de France l'étape later, I think, this June. 2024 and 2025 will be focusing on active tourism and relax. Central Bohemia offers endless possibilities of hiking in rock towns and in protected landscape areas not far from Prague. We will also promote summer and winter resorts, as well as exquisite golf resorts. There are about 20 different golf courses for all types of players. We have about 13 golf courses with 18 and more holes. Sorry. And also we will promote our area as a perfect cycling destination, because we have 5 international and 3 domestic long distance cycling routes, numerous spa and wellness resorts as well. We are working on the new tourism product dedicated to rivers and water activities, but I don't want to spill the beans. Hopefully I will give you update next year. And there is, and 2024 will be a year of Czech music, and grand opening of Dvořák Birth House will be held by the House of Lobkowicz in 2024. Just briefly to accommodation facilities. We have nearly 1,000 accommodation facilities in Central Bohemia. Most of them are 3 or 4 stars hotels. We've got also a 5-star hotel, numerous B&Bs, inns. But extremely popular are chateau hotels and some kind of unconventional accommodations, such as glamping sites, fancy tree houses, or you can even sleep in a former mine. These cozy restaurants and authentic pubs and taverns can be found basically in any small town. I just listed here some of my favorite traditional Czech cuisine restaurants and also unusual dining experiences, which are ready to host foreign visitors. Czechs are also famous for not only for the beer consumption, but besides that, we have a vast density of breweries, microbreweries, nano-breweries, and most of them are in our region are run by or as a family business. The best breweries are listed in the map of the breweries. Michaela will probably send you the presentation, so there is a link for this map. You can take a look on it. And of course, the viticulture has a long royal tradition as well. So you can savor a glass of wine in the UNESCO town Kutná Hora or in Chateau Winery in Mělník. As I've already mentioned, 2022-2023, we communicate the traditions and local experiences. The Rico family glassworks have been synonymous with the fine crystal since 1846, I think. And in Nizhbor, which is their headquarters, you will learn all about the individual stages and tradition techniques of glass manufacture during a guided tour. You can even try the work of a grinder. Actually, in this place, you won't any see signs "Do not touch." This print shop in Kutná Hora shows exhibits, and you can actually touch all of them. And those who want to smell the ink up close, you can hand print your own postcard on a 100-year-old machine. It's also a family business, so it's always nice to communicate with the locals, with the I mean, yeah, sorry. Then we've got this Center of Crafts, which is not a historical replica of a village from some time in the past, but it's rather a place that creates the right atmosphere, I guess, for the crafts. And you will find a tinker workshop, as well as a basket weaver workshop, blacksmith, archer. You can all try it. And you will learn pretty much very interesting facts about the history of the crafts in the Czech lands. Then we have this family business in Počepice. It's about 54 miles from Prague. Hejhal family will show you how it works in a business that makes traditional honey gingerbread for more than 35 years. And during the workshop, you get to bake and decorate your own shaped heart gingerbread. Chateau Sely prepared a workshop which provides a unique opportunity for you to see how the natural skincare products are made. All ingredients are from local herbs and flowers, and you get to take your own fragrance back to your home. Then I think the best souvenir is the one that you can take home. You can taste it, and you can preferably eat it. And in this particular place, which is called Šafránka, they will show you how to transform seasonal vegetables and fruits into jars that will last very long without any use of chemicals. We are also focusing on the segment of families with children. So I would like to briefly introduce you the most important and the most attractive places for families with children. Miraculum Family Park is actually one of them. It's only about 30 miles from Prague and offers playgrounds in the treetops, a contact zoo, forest zoo, giant trampolines, swings, rope center, underground corridors, refreshments, obviously. And so this is the perfect place to spend a holiday with children. in our region, there's also one of the largest water parks in Central Europe with a joint hotel and spa and wellness facilities. It's called Aquapalace Praha, and I'm going to talk about this one a little bit later in the MICE segment. Lochin Castle. Lochin Castle is open all year round, and it offers specialized tours for children, majestic accommodation, and a huge park with unique labyrinth and mazes. There are like 12 labyrinths. It's called Labyrintharium, so it's quite cool. Then we have this lovely small town, Hulice, only about 50 minutes from Prague. And it offers not only a bee world, but also a water house, which is dedicated to this life-giving element. And for any technical lover, we have Škoda Museum. Today, Škoda is one of the longest established brands in the world, and the museum highlights this history in the most authentic places. The original production halls where the company manufactured the cars until 1928. So basically, all those exhibits are in the old old halls. I'll just briefly say a few words about Central Bohemia Film Office, which is an integral part of Central Bohemia Tourist Board. This is the key. The film office is a key partner for different several movie productions. They help with the scouting of film locations. They can deal with the local authorities regarding the permits, etc., etc. And I really have to mention this Oscar-winning film, All Quiet on the Western Front, which they participated as well. And currently they are working on a prequel of John Wick franchise or Prime series, The Wheel of Time. And just like I promised, Central Bohemia is also an attractive MICE destination. Our closeness to Prague makes us a convenient place to hold a small or even a mid-sized event. The largest capacity we can accommodate is in Aquapalace Praha, which is the place I already mentioned, and they offer more than 760 beds in 11 halls, and they can host up to 660 people. Well, I think that's all for me today. Thank you for tuning in, and I wish you a happy Easter holidays.
Well, I want to thank you all for participating. I would like to thank our guest speakers, and I'm always amazed how much there is to see in the Czech Republic. I'm actually learning myself quite a bit during these webinars. So thank you for all the updates. There have been a bunch of questions that we have been answering throughout the webinar, but there are some that are still unanswered. We will be sending a recording of the webinar to all the advisors who registered, and we will be also given the questions. So we will divide it among ourselves, and we will get back to you with answers. I know itineraries are the key. Veronica, the presentation was amazing. Now we have to turn it into a product and have the travel advisors to sell it. So one of the comments was actually, these places are great, but do you assist us in terms of, making the itineraries, contacting the local authorities, because people are worried they will not be able to communicate in English, etc. So I mentioned that we will certainly get back to them and suggest some activities and itineraries specifically for their clients. So that is actually the job of the tourism boards. So again, thank you very much for joining us. and wishing everybody happy Easter or a great weekend, whatever you celebrate, up to you. We look forward to connecting with you again next month. We will be talking about the spa towns and the spa industry and some updates from the region in Western Bohemia. So thank you, and we look forward to your questions, and thank you for sending clients to the Czech Republic. Please do get in touch with us if you have any more questions or need more information. Thank you.